Hi everyone, my name is Karina Norberg and these are my answers to question 420 of the book. Question A. We really have two questions to answer here. One is that does National Bank have a perfected security interest in the check? And whether National Bank has a perfected security interest in the promissory note? Before we determine whether there was a proper perfection, we must determine whether the bank's security interest attached to the check and the promissory note. By definition, both are negotiable instruments. From the fact pattern, we know that National Bank has a security interest in Double Quick's inventory. Later, the debtor decided to sell part of the inventory and in exchange received a check and a promissory note. The check and the promissory note are identifiable proceeds of the inventory, and pursuant to Section 9.315A2, they attach to the collateral. Now, the next step is for National Bank to perfect its security interest in the proceeds. But since we have two different kinds of proceeds, we have to break down the analysis for each type of proceed. So regarding the check, pursuant to Section 9.102A9, checks are a type of cash proceeds. Therefore, applying Section 9.315D2, National Bank's security interest in the check was automatically perfected upon attachment beyond the temporary 20-day period. Now, regarding the promissory note, because the promissory note is an identifiable proceed of the sale of inventory, then the bank's security interest has attached to it, and therefore bank's security interest in the promissory note was automatically perfected at least for 20 days. However, Section 9.315D1 would allow the security interest in the promissory note to remain perfected even beyond 20 days because, first, there is a financing statement that covers the original collateral. Second, a security interest in the promissory note may be perfected by filing a financing statement in the same office where the original collateral, the inventory, was filed. And three, because the promissory note was not acquired with cash proceeds. Although the financing statement did not include promissory notes in the description of the collateral, that is not needed to perfect a security interest in the promissory note. Question B. Does National Bank have a perfected security interest in the checking account? The checking account is an identifiable proceed of the inventory, right? Checking accounts are classified as deposit accounts. Deposit accounts are a type of cash proceeds by definition. Because they are cash proceeds, National Bank's security interest in the checking account was automatically perfected upon attachment beyond the temporary 20-day period. Question C. Does National Bank have a perfected security interest in the computer? I would say yes, although it is temporarily perfected. Double Quick used the money received from inexpensive appliances to purchase a piece of equipment. In other words, Double Quick purchased the computer with cash proceeds. This piece of equipment is still an identifiable proceed of the inventory, right? We know that the original financing statement covers inventory, not equipment. But we also know that a financing statement on this piece of equipment can be filed in the same office where the original financing statement was filed. And this piece of equipment is not subject to a certificate of title statute. Therefore, National Bank's interest in the equipment is perfected for a period of 20 days, but will remain perfected only if the bank amends the original financing statement to include the equipment or by taking possession of it, which is impractical in this case. The second question is, does National Bank have a perfected security interest in those new parts? I would say yes. The cash proceeds remaining are going to be used to buy more inventory, right? And since National Bank has a secured interest in all the existing and after acquired inventory, then National Bank's security interest will attach to the new materials that will be utilized in the manufacturing process. Now, since the financing statement filed covers inventory, then the security interest in the new inventory will be perfected beyond the 20-day period, and National Bank would not need to do anything else to perfect its security interest in the new inventory, and will remain perfected as long as the filing remains effective. Thank you.